All right. Here we go. Hey, everybody, this is Rock Queens, everyone, coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. How's it going? It's Sunday, and surprise! It's a pop-up stream. How about that, huh? Just when you thought you weren't going to see me this weekend. You never know with me. So, I hope everybody's doing all right. I know I am. It's a beautiful night out. Beautiful night. Let me tell you. So, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's getting away from the white noise and just enjoy your night. Maybe kicking back and enjoy your Java Monsters, the only rocket fuel for this rocket queen. Hell yeah! There you go. Spending time with friends. Maybe playing with your pets. If you have dogs or cats. Whatever is going on in the world right now, guess what, guys? It doesn't matter. You know what matters? It's you and me, and you and me, just in the space. That's all. And if you guys, for those that don't know me, I'm Rock Queen 71 coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. And I've been in recovery from crack and heroin since 2004, alcohol since 2011. I should have been dead years ago, guys, years ago. But I'm living the dream in Rocklahoma with my husband. I'm not a certified drug and alcohol counselor or a licensed therapist. But if you guys have any issues, like maybe with depression, anxiety, OCD maybe, panic attacks, or struggling with drug and alcohol, you can always come here, talk to me. If you don't feel comfortable talking to me, I understand that. I really do. Because, you're probably thinking, she doesn't even know me from Adam and stuff. And she cares. Well, yes, I do care. I generally care about people, especially that are struggling with drugs and alcohol and mental illness. Because I've been there. I've done that. I still go through issues with back pain and depression and anxiety. And just by sharing with you what I go through, sharing my experience, strength, and hope, it helps you. And by you sharing your struggles, it helps me. So it's a win-win situation, guys. It's a win-win situation. So we're out here. I hope my lighting's okay. I know it's all dark. And maybe we'll move back a little bit. Hey, CR7, how's it going? Hello. How's your night going? Welcome to my stream. Good to hear, good to hear. I love hearing positive stuff. We don't want to hear no negative, right? Especially these days, there's too much negativity going around. So, oh, you know what I do? You don't know what I do on the stream, CR7. What's my country? What do you think? You know what I do? I give cyber hugs. So, are you ready for a cyber hug? Well, I'm going to give you one anyway. Here we go. Welcome to my stream, CR7. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. There. So, feel the love. Feel the positive vibes. I've been streaming ever since Mixer. And I never gave out cyber hugs or whatever. I would just give, much love, respect, or whatever. But, how old am I? Guess. Take a guess. My husband knows how old I am.
21, baby.
That's right, see? Tell him that.
21 with like 35 years experience.
Oh, I'm Batman? Far from it. Well, actually, you know what? Wait a minute. When my kids were little, when my son was little, I actually dressed up as Batman. I used to call him up on the phone, and I actually took him trick-or-treating as Batman. Yes. Where am I at? Right in front of you. So I guess you guys are into comics? Yeah. Hi, TJ. Thanks for being here. How's it going? I hope you're having a positive night so far. And the answer to your question, CR7, is I'm 21, right? 21 with 33 years experience. So figure that one out. You're in LA, but want to move whatever state you're in. Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Jersey, baby. You don't want to live in New Jersey right now. With all the crap that's going on there. If you can guess the state, you can live here. TJ's right. About my age, that is. Way to go. I used to live in New York. Nope. Try the Midwest. I'll give you a hint. Try the Midwest. I'm in the heartland. Up. Almost. Nope. Amarillo's in Texas. No, almost, TJ. You're that close. You're that close.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, he said okay.
not LA.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. That's right. Yay! High five there, buddy. Bam! Yeah, I never thought I was going to be living in Oklahoma either. I feel like I'm Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. Even though Dorothy was in Kansas, but I still feel like I'm Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. You love Oklahoma? What's up? What's up, Moto? Cyber hug. Everybody group cyber hug. Here we go. Moto Bomb, the coffee addict's here. The coffee addict and the sandwich samurai. The sandwich samurai. I just saw the video that old Mac put up. Yeah, feel the squeeze. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate you. I appreciate Dean. Adair? What, in Oklahoma? Thank you. I appreciate that. Where, what, is it by Norman? I've only been living here since 2017, so I should know, but I don't know, you know. Where's it, Adair? Not sure, but I got friends from there. From Norman? I have people living by Norman. Norman is where Toby Keith is buried. And I want to go to that, his gravesite and pay respects. There's a big void in country music now. And but wait a minute, wait. There's a huge void in metal music. R.I.P. Ozzy. I'm so in shock about Ozzy, even though we know he was gonna, die soon, but still. Adair is 70 miles northeast of Tulsa. Well, I met Ozzy too, baby. Where you meet him at? I used to be in a metal band back in the 80s. Randy Castillo's? Randy? I used to be in a metal band. Oh, all right, yeah. Tommy Aldridge. He was on the, I just saw him do an interview with, on the tour bus. Yeah. No, don't. Well, back in the 80s, really? Back in the 80s, I was a drummer in a band, in a heavy metal band. Yeah, but when he got high and stuff, he was very annoying. Okay? He was. When he was sober and stuff, or even just a little buzz and stuff, he was funny, but there was to the point where he was very annoying. Lemmy, on the other hand, okay, was very interesting, and he was a gentleman at all times when women were present and stuff. Yeah, so, wait a minute, I can't see with these glasses. Yeah, hold on, guys. Yeah, Ozzy, you know, did you see the concert? The last concert? Back to the Beginning concert? He was trying to get up so bad, like, you know, I think they buckled him in. But it was bittersweet, you know. I wish I could have been there. Yeah. Seems like everybody's dying off. Hulk Hogan, Malcolm Jamal Warner. A couple of minutes ago, I found out Lonnie well, you probably don't know who I'm talking about, but Lonnie Anderson from the show back in the 70s. Yeah, smoke. Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah. That's me. You need a light? Chuckman, yeah! The stupid dog. The dog's in the background in my neighbor's yard. Never gets boring around here. Yeah, like I said, I want to go to Norman. Hold on. James Gardner used to live in Norman. He was born in Norman, and he was in the TV show, The Rockford Files, back in the 70s. Yep. And I used to love that show. I love the car. You know, all these people are dying off. You know. That's life, right? I love the theme song to the Rockford Files. I always had a little crush on James Gardner on the Rockford Files. And Pop, he reminded me of my grandfather on the show. Yep. They don't make shows like they used to. Hollywood sucks anymore. They make remakes or just, movies and just, more parts, it's... I had that good way back when. Yep. And believe me, guys, wait, hold on, wait. I'm not perfect. No one is, but the most important thing is to invite Jesus into one's heart. Yes, Hollywood sucks. I used to do a lot of work in movies. Really, like as far as what? Well, I'm a Christian. I profess, Christ is Lord and Christ is King. So is my husband. I was in a few extras in movies. I was in The Wrestler. I was in The Wrestler back in 2009 with Mickey Rourke. Yep. And they came to, and this is before I moved out here. They came to Dover, New Jersey. And if you, I wish I was on my computer right now, I could show you. But yeah. There's a lot of movies that are being filmed here. There was a show called Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, but the director or the producer thought it was so hot here that they moved to Georgia to film it. But they're always looking for extras around here. I never saw that show. That's with Terry Crews and not Adam Sandler, the other guy. I have a friend back in Jersey. He's a real estate agent, right? But part-time, he's an extra for movies. And he was on like the Blacklist, Law and Order. He was in a few shows and stuff. He has his card, but he only does it part-time. Oh, no, I don't think, no, I love Terry. It's because of, he came out with, what happened to him and all that. Yeah, SAG card. I'm trying to figure out what other movie shows he was in. But he's like a hefty guy, and he looks like a cop. So he looks like a lawyer. You know what I mean? So he gets typecast a lot and stuff for, And all he has to do is go take the train from Landing to New York, Yeah. So Terry Crews was. I've seen that movie. He was a football player. Well, there's plenty of them here. I'm taken, so I'll cross that line. I have the best husband in the world. If you go to Tulsa, you'll find a lot of them. Yeah, well, this Jersey girl is making her mark in Oklahoma. Trust me on that. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry there's no notifications and stuff like that. I'm doing this through YouTube. I'm not doing it through Streamlabs. But thank you. I truly appreciate you. I'm enjoying our conversation. I had to fix the alerts on here and stuff. But they like Streamlabs does have like a remote, but I had to have my computer on and stuff, and then I'll do the alerts and all that. Yeah, well, God bless you too. Stay safe out there. Be the light of the world, and don't get sucked into the darkness. Dean! I'm going to say something, Dean. Tyler Johnson. Well, my name's Rocket. You can either call me Rocket, Queenie, RQ71. But nice to meet you. Yeah, Dean here. All right, Dean, listen to me. You have to talk. Rocket! Go, Rocket! Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Blast off. That's why that's why I drink Java Monster. It's the only rocket fuel for this Rocket Queen. Hell yeah! Okay, Dean. I hope you're still here. What's up, Marvel DC Comics? No, I don't. Well, if that's what you think, I don't know. I don't even like Red Bull. I've tried just recently Alani. I guess it's like a Hawaiian energy drink, whatever, and that has 0 sugar. I'm invisible. He may have not seen, wait, he may not have seen one of my texts. Hold on. Mr. Crack Noodle. No, it doesn't. It does not. I don't. There's old, like, what about Reign? There's an energy drink called Reign, REIGN, and I was gonna drink that because I'm Rocket Queen, of course, right? And it tastes like diesel fuel. You know, I don't. You know, no. Jim used to like Monster Assault, and they don't make the Assault flavor anymore. But yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, oh, Reign, okay, yeah, I can do that, you know, REIGN, and I was like, I spit it right out. I poured the whole can down the drain. I didn't like it. But my husband got me involved with this. He's my enabler. You love rain? Well, I reign supreme on YouTube, okay? Okay? I reign supreme on YouTube. And don't you forget it. But it's too, again, sweet and tea, bad artificial sweeteners. I don't drink nothing but salt water and coffee nowadays. Salt water is, you know, if you have a toothache or a sore throat. In fact, you know what? When you talked about salt water, I want to order me some salt water taffy from the Jersey Shore. But you know how much a pound is? Where I get them at? 30 bucks a pound. $30 a pound. So, but I've been going to that place for years. You know? And actually, it's our anniversary. It's been, 9 years, 10 years since we met. And he actually drove 1,400 miles from Tulsa to all the way from Jersey. So it's our anniversary month. Actually, August 7th is when he came to New Jersey. August 7th, 2015. So, yeah. But I'll admit, guys, I do miss certain parts of Jersey, like the Jersey Shore, seafood. I miss my clams, my raw clams and whatever. They actually have a clam bar in Tulsa that I want to try out. I know he would. He will not like it. He never likes it. The first time he tried a clam and stuff was like, you know. But it was his rite of passage. He had to have it. You know. Good memories. Good memories. And then he ate all this food at Seaside Heights, like deep fried Twinkies, chicken wings, like hot wings, pizza that was really like basically a puddle of oil, grease, right? He had clams and all that stuff, right? And then, then he had a frozen custard too. And all that, right? Seaside Heights. And then like, I want to go on a ride. So I said, let's go on the Tilt-A-Whirl. Well, the Tilt-A-Whirl in Seaside Heights, right? It goes 100 times faster than a regular carnival Tilt-A-Whirl. And he got so sick to his stomach. Oh my God. He couldn't hardly walk home. And he said he was so overwhelmed with the lights, you know, and everything. Too much excitement for him. But not for me. You know. Then the next day we went to Asbury Park, which I performed at. a long time ago, you can see my picture up in Stone Pony. It was closed when we went there because I was going to show them. But we went to the a pinball museum. And it's called Silver Ball Museum. And for $25, you can spend the whole day there without spending any more money than $25. That's a good deal. So if you ever go to the Jersey Shore, Asbury Park, make sure you go to the Silver Ball Museum. And I think he lost all the games that we played. So I am the pinball wizard of this family. But thanks for joining me on my stream, guys. I truly appreciate it. I decided to surprise you guys and have a pop-up chat session. I had to go outside. I'm feeling a little bit better. My back was killing me, and I was having a huge migraine. You know, so I got a double whammy. I'm feeling a little bit better, thank God. But when I had that, I'm down. It's like the lights get to me. If I cough or whatever, I feel like my head's gonna explode. Not good. But hey, I didn't end up in the ER, which is good. Thank God. Because usually when it gets that bad, I have to go to the ER. Not this time, though. I'm getting a bit bad here. Oh, my God. Yeah. So it's a beautiful night out here. It's not humid. Well, I put some down. Yeah, Dean. I got your message on Instagram, right? Now listen. I've been working on something. I've been working on a lot. I'm so way behind on videos with a lot of things, okay? And I think that's why I got a migraine. It's a lot. I'm working on so many projects at once. And my husband, Jim, is like... my husband's like, why don't you just work one project at a time? I said, well, if I do that, nothing gets done. Because, if I work on just one, then the rest gets neglected and stuff, right? It's a lot of work. He has a computer, but, and I actually brought him 2 monitors. I'm such a sweetheart of a wife, aren't I? I bought him 2 monitors and stuff, and he plugs them in, and it won't work. There's something wrong with the computer. It's a Dell computer. Never buy Dell computers. They suck. Buy Acer or something. And so right now we don't have the money to get him a new computer or whatever. But my nephew-in-law actually said something about it's a small computer. It's like a cube, right? I forget what it's called. But it's a little thing, and it's like $400 and stuff. And I was like, oh, well, I could use that too. And then he's like, no, you already have one computer. I said, well, I need another one. You had a Dell computer? Yeah. I think my mom had, well, I had an E-machine. I think they're the best, to tell you the truth. I had to get all that stuff off my E-machine before something happens to it. You still have it, and it still works. Well, you're one of the lucky ones, aren't you? I just do my taxes on that one. Windows 7 on it. My mom, hold on about this. When I was little, all right, when I was little, right, and you know, my parents got divorced and whatever, right? My mom went out with this guy named Irwin. Like Steve Irwin, but his name was Irwin. And I used to call him Uncle Irwin. How creepy is that? You know, when you really think about it, you know, it's like, you know, my family's like, all right, call your neighbor Uncle Mike or Uncle Ted or Uncle Ernie. Anyway, but so my mom went out with this guy named Irwin, and every time they used to go out, I used to have a fit because I felt like he was taking away my mother. But he used to work for Hewlett Packard in Rockaway, right by us. And you know what? This is the funny part, though. This is the funny part. When I was in 6th grade, we went on a field trip to Hewlett Packard. And guess who I ran into? My mom's ex-boyfriend, Irwin. I think he's dead by now, but still, right? He's like, oh, you got kind of tall there. You know, I remember when you were this high and, you know, yeah, on a field trip. I met him again after so many years. Now I can't remember the name, but a gaming style, Alienware? Alienware? And there's another one, wait, Alienware and I can't think of the other one. I don't know. If I saw it, I would know it. But the one is Alienware. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It was the company was actually, wait a minute. No, I know, I can see, this kid won so many video game tournaments, right? And he made, I think that's Alienware. Wait a minute, hold on, going through my Rolodex here. It's a lot of money, I know that. But this guy, this kid that won all these, like Halo tournaments or COD tournaments, whatever, he built up this company. And I can see it in my mind. I can't get it out, though. Isn't that freaking stupid? This guy, thanks for driving me nuts, Dean. Because I'll be thinking about this throughout the whole stream. And if you see smoke coming out of my ears, we have a problem. Alien. Splint. Damn it. Hey, all right, let's talk about something else, and maybe I'll pop up. MSI? You mean KSI? KSI and Logan Paul created that drink, Prime. MSI, never heard of it. Never heard of it. Oh, man. I had to clean out my computer because of all the, smoking cigarettes and all that stuff. And my in-law, my nephew-in-law, actually cleaned it out like maybe a year ago or more. And he was cleaning it out with whatever he does. And he's like, Jim, you better tell Vicky that she better not smoke in that room because all this, the tar and it's all getting into the computer. How much did you spend on it? Because anything with gaming, you're gonna pay 3 times as much. Like with gaming chairs and everything. And to tell you the truth, what the hell is that? Damn dogs. Quiet! Quiet! Get out of here! To you too. Unfreaking believable. Oh, here comes Pawnee. Yeah. I think because I actually wanna I had big dreams, okay? But I really had to do the this stream first and then move on. But I'm actually going to be talking to a strategist tomorrow. I think it's my appointment's at 3 o'clock. About certain things. And, you know, but I have a lot of work to do on this stream first. And I wish now that you know, Jim's home, and everything, that he can't do anything because he doesn't have no computer. It's all busted up. But it's like, and I'm sure you feel the same way, Dean, that like, you're only one person, you know. And like with me, it's like, I have so many expectations of myself. And we've talked about this before. Where I really want to go with this stream. And it's not to make money. It's not to get fame. I already have my 15 minutes of fame. But just to be like a respectable streamer. That's all. And try to help people. And that's all. You know, and I actually saw a guy streaming, and I swear this guy, and I'm not saying he stole the idea or anything else, alright? But I swear he did. I want to tell you what I think he stole from me, but and he changed his, and another thing too, he changed his channel's name also, you know, and so I was thinking, well, maybe I should change my channel's name, right? And then I actually did that. I actually did that when Mixer shut down, and I really didn't want to go on Twitch, guys. I hate Twitch. I hate Twitch. Twitch is dead, okay? Twitch is dead. It should, you know, somebody should just pull the plug, okay, on Twitch. But I was gonna be called I Rocket Sober. You get it? I Rocket Sober instead of Rocket Queen, because I didn't want 71 in my name. And I tried doing it Rocket Queen. Well, somebody already took the name. You know, whatever. So I'm like, I don't want the 71 in my name. So I said, well, so I asked some of my friends, and I said, I'm gonna change my you know, my stream to I Rocket Sober. You never. You should try. Listen, Dean, listen to me. Are you listening? Anyway, are you listening to me? Try out Streamlabs. I will get you a code. I will get you a code for Streamlabs. You will like it a lot better Trust me. Streamlabs sucks. I'm telling you, Streamlabs. There's another one called Streambot, but you really have to know a lot of coding and whatever. There's this guy named LOL. I forget his full YouTube name. It's LOL. Oh, Nutty LOL. And he broadcasts and stuff, and he shows, you know, viewers like the newest thing, you know, for streaming and whatever. And he a couple months ago he was talking about Streambot or whatever. But you have to know a lot of code and a lot of crap. I can't deal with that. Forget it. Yeah, after a year. You know, I'm going to tell you something. All right? You can tell them, listen to me, you can tell them I'm having financial difficulties at this time, and they'll prorate you. Okay, they'll give you a refund for, like, they'll prorate you. Say if you use StreamYard for 5 months, they'll only charge you for 5 months. Say you're having a very difficult time financially, and you're having health issues. You know, play the game, Dean. Play the game. Trust me. It will work. I'm just saying. You know a lot about what? With what I just said? Oh, you're talking about StreamYard. I can show you certain features from Streamlabs. I know that, but you can't be a pig in shit. Listen to me. Don't be a pig in shit. You know why I say that? And I think you know what I'm talking about when I say that. You gotta get out of your comfort zone. Pigs and shit just stay there, right? And just, you know, do whatever and just sit there for the longest period of time because they're comfortable in their own shit. Well, Dean, I'm kicking you out of your shit. Listen, I had to get out of my comfort zone. You know, when I first started out streaming on Mixer, it was actually when I was in Jersey. And Mixer used to be called Beam. Well, no, I actually started on Twitch. because I had like a public safety announcement contest about bullying and stuff like that, and my campaign was like, the contest was, who had the best public safety announcement for bullying on Xbox. And I said you have to use X out bullying on Xbox. And instead of one winner and stuff, I had 3 winners. But back then in Jersey, it was just for fun. And then Beam showed up. I said, all right, I'll do that for a little while, I think I streamed a boy in his blob. That old game from Activision on the NES. And so, and then I moved up, I did lots of research on it, and it comes highly recommended. But believe me, I'm willing to explore and change. I don't want to pay all the money again. Price will probably go up again. It's with everything. But I'm telling you, Streamlabs, I'm trying to think how we can do this. Not tonight. Trust me, it's a lot better. And if I can show you certain things that StreamYard can't do on it, or look it up on YouTube, StreamYard versus Streamlabs. You can make your own custom alerts and everything. Oh my God. I have so much to do on my stream, so it makes me sick. It really does. But a friend of mine told me too, his name was Reckless, right? And he's like, Vic, he says, if you put all this stuff up, this is why I was on Mixer, by the way, if you put all this stuff up, nobody's going to show up. Well, they did. They did show up. Because at that time, Mixer didn't care about the copyright strikes. So we could play music on there, okay? But they were going to change the rules, though, where you couldn't play copyright music. But I've had, people from Mixer, like from the higher ups, look at my stream too, and they didn't say anything to me. Yeah, a year from now. I'll get you a code, and I'll tell you what you have to say to these people. They can even pause your subscription. They're doing it now. These companies, like with the AI companies, they'll do that. Like editing software companies, like Adobe, they'll pause your subscription too. And that doesn't mean, say you pause your subscription now, right? Okay. So next month you won't pay for it, and the other month you won't pay for it. The next month you won't pay, until you say, all right, I'm back, because they know people are having a hard time with their money now. Trust me, I know all the ropes. There's times where I went on the phone directly to talk to them, and they didn't want to mess with me. I think I made that one girl cry. Really? She's like, oh, hold on. And she gave her the supervisor and stuff, whatever. But I think it was her first day or whatever and stuff, and I was like barking at her and whatever. And she, please hold it and whatever. And they gave me what I wanted. They gave me what I wanted. You asked Jim. Remember back in the old days, the good old days, where the customer is always right? Oh, they don't go by that anymore. Oh, no. Nope. Just like during Christmas season, like Walmart and Target and other stores, they will like tag you if you bring back a lot of returns from Christmas. Did you know that? That's against the law. They're trying to, even with gift cards. Do not buy vanilla gift cards. It's a scam. My motto at the tattoo shop, where the customer is always wrong, not far from the truth too. Yeah. Until you mess up, right? You have a migraine. Yeah, just in the tattoo shop, right? And it's sad because you give all your money to these sites, like these AI sites, editing sites, whatever, right? With me, it's AI sites, right? And you can ask him this. Woo, I'm sorry. What? Oh, ow. Lunar. I don't know if you can see Lunar, but say hi. Say hi. Hi. You're too black. Black cats matter too. No, I'm not. But they mess. Wait, hold on. They mess up. They mess up thinking they know what they want and how it should be done when they have no idea really. No! It's like, oh, you've heard this so many times, right? Oh, you can, do whatever you want with it at your own discretion. I trust you. And then all of a sudden, though, when you do it, you're like, I didn't want that on there. That doesn't look right. Right? When I get readers, oh, that's how it is. Well, guess what? Maybe in the next stream. Maybe I should make these into readers, huh? Everywhere I go, I get compliments on these glasses. You know why that is? You know why that is? Because I'm a rock star. That's why. From Jersey. Proud of it. Just what? Sound it? Oh, sound it. You try to trip me up with that. Yeah, just sound it funny. You're the best. I know I am. I'm from Jersey. What do you expect? Yeah. Don't get me a big head. Don't, because if I get a big head, guess what? Somebody has to pop my head with a pin. Dean, we talked about this before. On Fridays or Saturdays, okay? I want the community, right? Your community, my community, what? We're all the same, right? Duh. But we should do game night. Like Jackbox. Time to jack things off on Friday night. You get it? Play on words, buddy. And they're just fun games. It's not like trivia or anything else and stuff. It's just fun. I used to do that a lot on Mixer. If you do it, tell me, and I'll get you a code so you don't have to, okay? So you don't have to pay full price or whatever. And believe me, you know, when I started streaming, I wasn't tech savvy. I was so overwhelmed at times. Because I put so much pressure on myself because I wanted to be the best. Well, I know I'm not going to be the best, but I want to be me. I want to be like professional and I want to take pride in my stream and all that stuff, right? And believe me, I had to ask a few people to help me, I'll admit, okay? Because I would do things the same way they did it on, say, one of the channels, right? Say with my, alerts or whatever, and never came out right. I would be like, oh my God. But it's a learning process. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be streaming. Look, do you understand what I'm saying? Well, this is just stripped down and naked. I'm talking about the stream, not me. God forbid if you saw me naked. Woo! There goes the neighborhood. Anyway, and boy, you ask Jim. I'm very into details. I've always, listen, I was in a band, okay? My whole life is about entertaining people. To make them feel good, to have a couple laughs, to smile. To make people feel that I'm approachable. I have people in hospitals, like techs, that do, like, I had one tech. This is a true story. I think I told to you already. But I had one tech, all right, that worked at Nuclear Medicine. This is not a lie. You can ask Jim this. And I had something I had to have tests for my heart because I was going to have neck surgery, right? So here, I'm laying on the table and stuff, and this tech looks so sad. Just like, like run down, whatever. And I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Oh, I'm the only one working today, and I'm having it rough because my mother died, and she told me her story about her mother dying or whatever, and then her father had dementia, so she had to take the father up to see, her mother and all this stuff, right?" And she said, "My family doesn't understand. I want a vacation and whatever, and they're firing everybody in this department, but the head of this department just got an Audi, like a brand new Audi and stuff, just to really stick it to us, and and I was listening to her, and she said to me, she said, it's like I know you. I feel so comfortable talking to you. Your whole being, like you really care, all that stuff. So all of a sudden, one of the other techs comes in, and she said, "Well, yeah, we're just about getting started and stuff because, right?" And she did the test and whatever. I got up from the table. I said, "Can I hug you?" She says, "Oh, I would love to have a hug." And I gave her a Jersey Bear hug. And she said, "Thank you, I needed that." When I talk to, if I'm going through a crisis, I talked about it a couple nights ago. If I'm going through a crisis, yeah, I call my behavioral health center crisis line, and some of the people are there just for the money. And some people I counsel when I go on the crisis line, if I'm going through a panic attack or whatever, and it turns out to be, we'll talk for like 2-3 hours, and I'll counsel them. Go figure, right? It's crazy, Yeah, I go through pain, issues and all that crap, but I rather feel pain than not to feel pain. Like be 6 feet under. I made it this far. I want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? My job's not done yet. But I had Sean Cannell. Now Sean Cannell is the CEO of Think Media. Okay? And we were at a Zoom call and all that. And he looked at my stream, and he said it twice. He says, "I like Rocket's background. It's comfortable. I like the vibe going on there, and everything." And he didn't just say it once. He said a couple days after that, too. Even my husband said, well, he's biased, right? Even my husband says, I show people, your stream and stuff, and people think it's like, you're a big streamer or something. I put a lot of thought and effort into my streams, but sometimes it drives me nuts. You ever hear of the chess player, Bobby Fischer? There was a movie about him, searching for Bobby Fischer with Lawrence Fishburne and this other kid. I think that kid was I forget. It might have been on I forget. But anyway, Bobby Fischer used to be a grandmaster of chess. He died a few years ago, but Iceland made him a permanent resident, like citizenship, made him a citizen of Iceland, right? But he drove himself so nuts because he was a recluse, okay? A recluse. And all he was doing was playing chess, figuring out more moves and, whatever. I think he lost one time and it just broke him. Check him out and stuff. He went insane. He just because of that one match and stuff, it just broke him. Because he thought he was unstoppable. But see, when I do things on my stream, and you can ask anybody that knows me, I can stream for, you can ask Jim this. I will, like be on the stream for 8 hours, sometimes 10, 14. Some people do it for 24. I probably beat everybody on that stream. I don't know, but that was unhealthy. So I had to change my ways and say, all right, well, I'll stream for like three hours at the most, or 4 or 5, and that's it. But I try to like stream under 3 hours. You know what I mean? But I just kept going and going and going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Like, I wouldn't stop. And there's a lot of people like that now. There's a YouTube streamer, I think he's on Twitch too, Angry Grandpa, no, not Angry Grandpa, Grandpa Gaming or something. And he has back issues and arthritis issues and whatever, and he plays for a long time too. And his wife said to him, well, aren't you gonna get off and eat dinner or whatever, or go to bed? He says no, because and I related to this. He says every time I turn off my screen, okay, my pain begins. And that's so true with me. Or even if I'm not streaming, I'm working on projects, and I will stay up for like, and this is no joke, like over 24 hours, or 32 hours, or 42 hours, or 43 hours, and I tell Jim this. Well, go to the BOK Center and see if the Oklahoma City Thunder is looking for a timer. Because you would be more use over there than you would be here. You get it? I hate when he does that. And I tell him all the time, let me just, ride the wave until it crashes, okay? Don't worry about me. And then, of course, after all that, my pain issues come back. My back is like, ugh. You know what I mean? But for me, it's either go big or go home or go to the hospital, because I want to finish the project. I want to feel like I'm productive, you know what I mean? That's just me. But it's unhealthy. Very unhealthy. You know? And that's probably why I have back issues. Well, it's my stomach. I know that, okay? I'm not going to deny that. It's my stomach also that's giving me back pain. And probably, well, some other things too, but we're not going to get into that. Yeah. You know, I do stretches and you know, and my husband will give me a massage, you know, on my back and whatever. But you have to, you know, like, you have to just say, I'm only going to be streaming for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours tops, and that's it. And even if you're not feeling it, it's okay to say, you know what, guys, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I really had to lay down because of my back, or I'm getting a headache, or whatever. You're number one, guys. You're number one. Take care of yourself first. You know, don't worry about your followers or subscribers or whatever. You know, they'll still be there. If not, oh well. Thanks for the great chat. I do have to hit the hey. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, hey, hey! Yeah, have a good night. We'll talk soon, Dean. Thanks for dropping by. I truly appreciate you. In fact, in your honor, wait, if it's not wet, let me see. Let's see here. Let's have some fun. Let's light up the dark, huh? There you go. There you go. Woo. That's for you, Dean. Now, look at that. That's how cheap these are. Ah, so much fun! Woo! Yay! 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 So much fun! There you go. I hope the cat's not. Where's the cat? That was just for you. Sweet dreams. You're going to be on tomorrow morning, right? At 7:30 your time? I'm not a morning person whatsoever. I'm really not. I'm not really a morning person. You know why? Because I'm a night owl. Alright, wait, hold on. I have another one. Hold on. In fact, I have two of them. There you go. Woo-hoo-hoo. you go. Fun, 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 right? Lighting up the dark. You know. The sparklers bring back so many memories of when I was little. My grandfather used to get sparklers and, like firecrackers and all that. And he used to get like these pellets that, grow to be snakes or, whatever. But I almost blew my hand off with a long time ago. I couldn't hear for like 3 hours, just like at a concert, right? Because especially, when you're in the band, whatever, you have to have protective, what's going on with everybody else and stuff. But life is good, guys. Life is good. Life is good. Just by, doing this, I hope I'm bringing you some light in your life. I hope I'm bringing you light, shiny, bright light. I wish they had different colored sparklers. I think they do, but they're not as good. So, it's a beautiful night. I did, just to let, no, you're gonna burn it. I don't know where I put that. I hope you're not gonna get burnt. Come on, you what? Come on. Come on. I just don't want you getting. Come on. He's sitting right on the sparklers and stuff. Not lit, of course. But anyway, I did talk to a distributor about Father Martin's Chalk Talks to see if I can use them on my stream, because I do want to have a series on Chalk Talks about recovery, about, how addiction affects the family, the first step, third step. There's other, he talks about his own story, his own life story too. I love Father Martin. He passed away, I think, in 2009. And every time I went to detox rehab and they popped in the feed, VHS tape of Father Martin. Even though I saw his videos before, I still laughed at him, and I still learn from him too. Sometimes you miss something and you see it again and you're like, oh, that's right, okay, that makes sense now, right, So I did talk to a distributor. I don't know if that's the right one. And I'm trying to be respectful because, it's Father Martin. He passed away, but he did have a rehab in Maryland called Father Martin's. It starts with an A. Adele, Adeline. I forget what the rehab's called, but now they don't have his name on there. So, maybe if I talk to them, like how I can get in touch with who's ever in charge with his estate. He wasn't married because he was a Catholic priest, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I have an appointment with a strategist, and we're going to talk about a few things. I know my stream will never be perfect. I don't, but I want people when they come in my stream to feel like I'm approachable, that they can talk about anything with me. And if you can't, guys, I understand. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, especially those that are in the armed forces, past veterans and stuff, you can call 988. 988 is the suicidal crisis lifeline. If you feel suicidal, homicidal, if you just need somebody to talk to, maybe talk you down with some things, call 988. And for veterans and stuff, there are trained military counselors for you guys to talk to. And it's like you dial 988 +1. And here she comes. There we go. Ow! Your nails are so... I know. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're all sweaty. Huh? Your fur's all wet. No, you're not gonna drink my Monster now. There's another thing too I want to do also, and it's called RAP, and it's called Wellness Relapse Prevention and stuff. I have to get like the worksheets and the workbooks or whatever, and if you guys want one, of your guys are interested, I could send one to you or whatever. And we could work on that, maybe, once every couple of weeks or something like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's called the RAP program. It's, like I said, wellness relapse uh, action plan. In case, say, you get like depressed and you feel like you're suicidal and stuff, they have like a safety plan in there, and plus they have like worksheets for if you have a panic attack. Okay, well, what can you do to, if you don't have anybody around, write down a list on what you can do to relieve that panic attack. You know, um, yeah. So, uh, the books are expensive, but if I get just like, I think a bundle, I think it's so much off. So, you know, I think once every couple of weeks we can do that. You know, work on our workbooks and stuff. Maybe my husband would be interested in that. I do. You know, and then there's the game night. We just have game night on Mixer. See, I don't want. I don't want to be like, and I have to tell this strategist this, right? That like with my niche, yeah, I want to help people and whatever, but it's like I want to work with AI stuff. You know, I want to branch. I don't want to be in that box. All right, I'd rather be out of the box because I can't just, you know, be contained in a box. You know. I thought you were over there. Who's over there? Lunar? Because I heard. I thought that was.
Lunar.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Cherokee just went inside.
Huh?
Cherokee just went inside.
Okay. There's. And she's just staying right out here. So I'm just talking about like you know, like when I talk to the strategist tomorrow, like I mean, yeah, I want to help people. That's my main goal. Okay, but it's like I want to do other things. I don't want to be crammed in a box. I have to be out of the box.
You got a new subscriber, JT.
Yeah.
He likes Norman. You know, and I tell my story about. And it wasn't my idea to go on the rides. It was your idea to go on the rides, by the way. Motorbomb went to bed. So I'm gonna keep it up a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay on until you.
Well, no, you want to have a sparkler fight?
No, I don't. No, we're not gonna do anything that's gonna cause.
Why? See, you are so. You're a wuss. 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 Push it back.
In the back and show you stuff,
but show me stuff, huh? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
There's one. Yeah.
There's the temper.
Well, I want to. Bring it up. These are getting wet. Might as well do a few of them, right? Well, here, out. You can have one. Okay, and we'll have a sword fight.
You're going to get burned.
No,
You
I
gotta pull
won't.
them back out.
No, I won't. Here, just. Alright. Yeah, like that. Oh, wait. I can't get my lip.
How about that?
There we go. Whee! Okay, time for the sword fight. No. We used to do that when we were kids. Yay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Where are you? Why are you over there? We should be doing it on the camera or something.
Oh, that's overwhelming.
No, it's not. It's not. Oh, wow. That's good. Whee. Light up the night. The ground's wet, honey.
Yeah, you should just laid it here on top of all your cigarettes. So we knew where it was.
I'm gonna light up another one. Thank you. There we go. There you go. Woo. These are dedicated to the ones that are having a hard time in life, that are struggling with drugs and alcohol or mental illness. I hope I'm brightening up your night. Just by you being here is enough. Just by you being here enough. Let's talk away the dark, guys. Talk away the dark. Queens Light Brigade. Let's create a wildfire change to diminish the darkness of the world. I know we're not going to get all the darkness in the world, but we're going to fight like hell to get rid of it. We still have a lot to be grateful for, guys. I know I do. Even my darkest days, I still had things to be grateful for. You know. So. And just like I said before, guys, with whatever's going on in the world, that shouldn't concern us right now. We're in this space, right? We're in this space, and we shouldn't have any concerns about what's going on in the world. You know, let's enjoy each other's company. Let's uplift each other. Let's support each other. You know, let's stand up for each other. You know, forge friendships. Bond over what we have in common instead of what we don't have in common. The world's getting darker and darker and darker, guys. We haven't seen the worst of it. I hate to tell you. And a lot of us, and probably including me, aren't really mentally prepared for it. You know? But that's what we're here for, right? For each other. So, in honor of the Queen's Light Brigade. There we go. In honor of the Queen's Light Brigade, let's create a wildfire of change to diminish the darkness in the world. I know we're not going to get all of the darkness in the world, guys, but we're going to fight like hell to get rid of it. Yes. Light up the dark. Talk away the dark. There you go. Woo. What should this be in honor of? All the people that died from fentanyl poisoning. How about that? Whoops. In honor of them. Tricky, huh? Yeah. I'm going to save some of them. And maybe we can honor more people. If you think of somebody or something to light up a sparkler for, let me know. Just let me know. And we'll light up the night. So, with that, guys, I hope you have a rocktastic night. I hope you have non-stressful night. I hope you're with the people that you care about, that you love. If you feel down and depressed and life's dragging down, I'm here for you. More ways than one. I do generally care and stuff. Just tell me in the comments or tell me in the chat. You know, I'll be here for you. Take my hand. Take my hand. I'll go along on your journey with you. By me helping you out, you're helping me. And stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you all next time. Love you all. Positive vibes. Much love and respect to you guys. Stay safe. Up with somebody. Do something for somebody. And even for yourself too. You know? And always remember, we're always grateful for at least one thing when we're in our darkest days. So, I know I am. I'm grateful for you guys. You guys. So, just by you being here is enough. Alright, so this is Rock Queens, everyone, coming at you live from my headquarters. And I'm signing off. Take care, guys. Be the light of the world, not the dark. Don't get sucked into the darkness. Don't get sucked into the white noise.